Welcome to All Grown Up Now, Tales of a Checkered Past. I'm Kenneth D. King, podcasting from my studio near Union Square in New York City. This podcast is an evolution of the tale, All Grown Up Now, A Friendship in 3 Acts. This is Season 2, and it's called Tales of a Checkered Past. It's a collection of short stories from my salad days on up to the present. In each podcast, another self-contained story will be presented. These podcasts will be broadcast bi-weekly, so you get 2 a month. Enjoy. Episode 78 is another one of my short attention span podcasts from the coronavirus plague. This one I call Recognition in the Big City. This little story is a vignette from my early days in New York. It was a heartwarming moment for someone who was new in town and who felt very alone and anonymous. When I moved to New York, I very much wanted to get on the radar. So I showed my clothes around to anyone who would talk to me. I did lots of go-sees with stylists, personal shoppers, fashion writers, socialites. Anyone who wanted to talk to me, I'd go. This involved lots of lunches as well. It seems these people needed to be fed in order to hold their attention for more than a few minutes at a time. Okay. One such lunch was with a costume designer. She designed for film and stage and was always on the lookout for individual pieces to enhance a particular production. Her name escapes me, but no matter. She was important, or at least she was important in her own mind, which was what mattered. I was connected to her by one of my Park Avenue ladies, so I knew to at least follow up and feed her. We met for lunch at City Bakery. This is a very fancy bakery and lunch place on West 18th near 5th Avenue, sadly closed. I got there first to get a good table, and she joined up a few minutes later. The lunch conversation was what I expected, as I had done it numerous times already. It was where they would expound on how important they were and how I could enhance my brand by allowing them to have my pieces. Not buy, you notice, but have for exposure. As an aside here, I always wondered about the idea of giving away a lot of work. If these people couldn't afford to buy it, who would? I tell my students at FIT that people buying my work is the best form of flattery and exposure. So I sat there at the table, politely listening to her go on and on about how important she was. And then it happened. A man walked over to the table. "Excuse me," he said shyly. My lunch companion looked up at him with an indulgent smile. The look on her face said it all, that she had this happen all the time because she was so famous, but it was one of the prices of fame. "Yes," she politely replied. The man looked past her at me. "Are you Kenneth King?" "Why, yes, I am," I replied. The look on her face was priceless. And as an aside, I wanted to kiss him full on the lips right there, but of course I didn't. The man turned to her and screamed, "Do you know who he is? Oh my God, I have all your books, and I watched your TV series, and I've read your articles in Threads magazine, and all of your other appearances," and he went on and on and on. At one point, I looked over and remarked, I didn't pay him to do this, because that's what it looked like. She, however, sat there with a frozen smile on her face. Finally, the man caught himself and said, "Oh, well, yeah, I'll let you get back to your lunch." And off he went. A couple of beats skipped. She looked at me and said, "TV series?" "Oh, that," I said breezily. "Yeah, I've done some television." I've written some books too. After that, she was much more friendly. Thanks for listening. You can get the audiobook All Grown Up Now on iTunes, Audible, and Amazon, or from my website, allgrownupnow.com. You can subscribe to the podcast on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Spotify, and Google Play. If you have any questions, you can reach me through the website, allgrownupnow.com. You can follow me on Instagram at Kenneth D. King, on Facebook at Kenneth D. King Design, or on my main website, kennethdking.com.